At 73, Betty couldn't believe what her daughter said when she visited last week. "Mom, how do you keep this place spotless without exhausting yourself?" The secret wasn't hiring help or spending hours scrubbing. It was 6 simple habits that take less than 20 minutes total each day. These aren't your typical cleaning tips. They're specifically designed for seniors who want a pristine home without the back pain, fatigue, or overwhelming chore list. What Betty discovered will change how you think about housekeeping forever. If you're tired of feeling overwhelmed by cleaning or watching your home get messier each day, these 6 daily habits will transform your living space and give you back your energy. I'm going to share Betty's story because it mirrors what thousands of seniors face every day. Betty Rodriguez retired 5 years ago, excited about having more time for gardening and reading. But instead, she found herself constantly battling household mess, feeling exhausted from traditional cleaning methods, and watching her beautiful home slowly become chaotic. Sound familiar? Here's the thing. Traditional cleaning advice doesn't work for seniors. Your energy levels are different, your physical capabilities have changed, and your priorities have shifted. That's why I've researched and tested cleaning strategies specifically designed for people over 60. These 6 daily habits take just 3 minutes each. That's only 18 minutes total per day. They work with your body, not against it, and they prevent mess instead of fighting it after it happens. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete system that keeps your home consistently clean without the stress or strain. Ready to discover what changed Betty's life? Let's dive in. And if this sounds like something you need, hit that like button now so I know you're with me. Number 1. The 5-minute morning reset. Betty used to wake up feeling defeated before her day even started. Her kitchen counters were cluttered from the night before, mail was scattered everywhere, and she'd spend her first hour just trying to find space to make breakfast. Then, she discovered the 5-minute morning reset, and everything changed. Here's exactly what Betty does every single morning, and why it works so brilliantly for seniors like you. The moment Betty gets up, before coffee or breakfast, she sets a timer for exactly 5 minutes. In those 5 minutes, she follows what I call the touch once rule. She touches each item on her counters exactly once, either putting it away immediately or throwing it away. No piles, no "I'll deal with this later." If it takes longer than 10 seconds to put away, it goes in a designated basket to handle after breakfast. Why does this work so well for seniors? First, your decision-making energy is highest in the morning. Second, you're preventing the daily accumulation that turns into overwhelming weekend cleaning sessions. Third, starting your day in a clean space reduces stress and sets a positive tone. Betty's kitchen transformation was incredible. Instead of spending 30 minutes clearing space just to make breakfast, she now starts each day with clear counters and a sense of control. Her arthritis doesn't flare up from reaching around clutter, and she never loses important items like medications or bills in the mess. Here's your action step. Tomorrow morning, before you do anything else, set a 5-minute timer. Touch each visible item once, put it away, or throw it away. Don't overthink it. This single habit will prevent 80% of your daily clutter accumulation. Betty says this one change made her feel 10 years younger because she stopped starting every day feeling behind and overwhelmed. Have you ever noticed how clutter makes you feel anxious? Tell me in the comments, what's the messiest area in your home right now? But here's what's really exciting. The next habit is even more powerful and it only takes 3 minutes. Number 2. The evening gratitude walkthrough. Every evening at 7:00 p.m., Betty does something that sounds almost too simple to work, but it's become her favorite part of the day. She calls it her gratitude walkthrough, and it keeps her home consistently tidy while actually boosting her mood and energy levels. Let me show you exactly how this works and why it's perfect for seniors. Betty slowly walks through each room of her home, carrying a small basket. But here's the twist. She's not just tidying. As she picks up each item and puts it in its proper place, She thinks of one thing she's grateful for in that room. In the living room, she might appreciate her comfortable reading chair while fluffing the cushions. In the kitchen, she's thankful for her ability to cook nutritious meals while wiping down the counter. This isn't just feel-good nonsense. There's real science behind why this works. The gratitude component releases endorphins that make the task feel pleasant instead of burdensome. The slow walking provides gentle exercise that's perfect for seniors. And because you're only picking up items that accumulated during the day, it never takes more than 10 minutes total. Betty discovered something amazing during her first week of gratitude walkthroughs. She wasn't just maintaining a clean home. She was ending each day feeling positive and accomplished, instead of tired and frustrated. Her sleep improved because she wasn't lying in bed thinking about tomorrow's chores. Her home felt like a sanctuary instead of a source of stress. The physical benefits surprised her too. The gentle movement helped with her joint stiffness, and bending to pick up a few items each evening was like a natural stretching routine. Compare this to weekend marathon cleaning sessions that left her back aching for days. Here's how to start your own gratitude walkthrough. Set a consistent time each evening, ideally before dinner. Carry a small basket or container. Move slowly through each room, picking up only what doesn't belong. As you handle each item, think of something you appreciate about that space. End by taking 3 deep breaths and acknowledging your accomplishment. Betty's evening routine transformed from dreading the mess that accumulated each day to actually looking forward to this peaceful, grateful time in her home. What time of day do you think would work best for your gratitude walkthrough? Share in the comments. Number 3. The one-touch paper system. Paper clutter was Betty's biggest nemesis. Mail, newspapers, magazines, medical paperwork, bills. It seemed to multiply overnight. She had piles on every surface, and finding important documents was like a treasure hunt. Then she learned the one-touch paper system, and suddenly her paper chaos became completely manageable in just 2 minutes a day. Here's the brilliance of this system. Betty handles each piece of paper exactly once when it enters her home. No piles, no "I'll sort this later," no shuffling papers from one stack to another. When she brings in the mail, she stands right by her recycling bin and her simple filing system, and she makes an immediate decision about every single piece. Betty's system has just 4 categories: action required, bills to pay, appointments to schedule, keep and file, important documents, medical records, read later, magazines, newsletters, trash or recycle, junk mail, outdated information. The magic happens because she never sets a piece of paper down without putting it in the correct category. For action-required items, Betty has a beautiful wooden tray on her kitchen counter where bills go immediately with their due dates written on the envelope. This visual reminder means she never forgets to pay bills or misses important deadlines. For keep and file, she has a simple, expandable folder with tabs for medical, financial, legal, and personal documents. No complicated filing system, just 4 broad categories that cover everything. The read later category was Betty's game changer. Instead of leaving magazines scattered around creating visual clutter, she has one attractive basket by her favorite reading chair. When the basket is full, she donates the older issues before adding new ones. This prevents the magazine avalanche that used to overwhelm her coffee table. Why does this work so well for seniors? First, it eliminates decision fatigue. You make the choice once instead of handling the same paper multiple times. Second, it prevents the accumulation that leads to overwhelming sorting sessions. Third, it ensures you never lose important documents in piles of junk mail. Betty's transformation was remarkable. Her surfaces stayed clear. She never missed paying a bill, and she always knew exactly where to find important documents. The stress of paper clutter completely disappeared from her life. Her dining room table, which had been unusable for months due to paper piles, became her space for puzzles and crafts again. Your action step. Create your 4 paper destinations today. When tomorrow's mail arrives, practice the one-touch rule. Handle each piece exactly once and put it in the correct category immediately. What's the paper pile that bothers you most in your home? Tell me in the comments. Number 4. The strategic dish strategy. Betty used to spend about an hour every evening washing dishes. And honestly, her sink was always full of intimidating piles that made cooking feel overwhelming. She dreaded meal cleanup so much that she started eating more takeout, which, well, wasn't great for her health or her budget. Then she discovered what I call the strategic dish strategy, and dishwashing became effortless, literally taking just 3 minutes after each meal. The secret isn't about washing dishes faster. It's about preventing dish accumulation in the first place. Betty learned to think strategically about every dish before she used it. She started asking herself, can I use fewer dishes for this meal? And how can I clean as I cook? Here's Betty's game-changing approach. She uses one bowl for meal prep that can go from mixing to serving. She lines baking sheets with parchment paper instead of letting food stick. She fills the sink with hot, soapy water before she starts cooking, so she can wash utensils and cutting boards immediately after using them. By the time she sits down to eat, most of her cooking dishes are already clean and dry. But here's the real magic. Betty's one plate, one cup rule. She assigned herself one special plate, one cup, and one set of silverware for daily use. These are her personal dishes, and she washes them immediately after each meal. Having just one set means there's never a pile to tackle later, and washing one place setting takes less than a minute. For seniors, this strategy is perfect because it eliminates the physical strain of washing heavy loads of dishes. Standing at the sink for long periods can cause back pain and fatigue. Betty's method means she never stands at the sink for more than 3 minutes at a time, and she never faces an overwhelming pile that feels impossible to tackle. The psychological benefits surprised Betty most. How? She used to avoid cooking because the cleanup felt overwhelming, which led to less nutritious eating and higher food costs. Now, cooking feels manageable and even enjoyable because she knows cleanup is virtually instant. Her kitchen always looks welcoming instead of like a disaster zone. Betty's sink stays empty all day now, which means she always has space to wash fruits and vegetables, fill water bottles, or quickly rinse something. Her kitchen feels more spacious and peaceful, and she never feels embarrassed when unexpected visitors stop by. Here's your implementation plan. Choose one special plate, cup, and silverware set for your daily use. Wash them immediately after each meal. Don't let them sit. Fill your sink with soapy water before cooking and wash prep items as you go. Line pans with parchment when possible to minimize scrubbing. What's your biggest dishwashing challenge? Do you let dishes pile up, or do you spend too much time standing at the sink? Share in the comments. I read everyone. But the next strategy is the one that creates the most dramatic visual change in your home. Number 5. The 10-item pickup. Betty's living spaces used to collect random items throughout the day. Reading glasses on the coffee table, sweaters draped over chairs, books scattered around, remote controls everywhere. By evening, every surface had something on it that didn't belong there. She felt like she was constantly tidying, but never making progress. Then she discovered the 10-item pickup, and her entire home transformed in just 4 minutes a day. Here's how brilliantly simple this system is. Twice a day, Betty walks through her main living areas and picks up exactly 10 items that are out of place. Not 9, not 15, exactly 10. She carries a small basket and collects items as she moves through each room. The key is that she puts each item back in its proper home immediately, not in another temporary location. Betty does her first 10-item pickup right after lunch when her energy is still good, but before the afternoon fatigue sets in. She does the second pickup right after dinner as part of preparing her home for a peaceful evening. Each session takes about 2 minutes because she's only dealing with 10 items, never an overwhelming pile. Why does the specific number matter? Betty discovered that 10 items feels manageable and accomplishable, not overwhelming. It's enough to make a visible difference in how her rooms look, but not so many that the task feels burdensome. When you know you're only picking up 10 things, you actually look forward to seeing the immediate transformation. The psychology behind this is powerful for seniors. Many older adults feel overwhelmed by the idea of cleaning the whole house, which can lead to procrastination and letting messes build up. But everyone can pick up 10 items. It feels doable, quick, and gives you a sense of immediate accomplishment. Betty's living room went from constantly cluttered to consistently welcoming. Her coffee table stays clear for her morning crossword puzzle. Her favorite chair isn't buried under yesterday's sweater and today's newspaper. When friends visit, she never feels embarrassed about the state of her home because it's always basically tidy. The compound effect amazed Betty. When you remove 10 misplaced items twice a day, that's 140 items per week that aren't cluttering your living spaces. Over time, this creates homes where things naturally stay in their proper places because the system prevents accumulation. Here's the surprising benefit Betty didn't expect. The 10-item pickup became like a gentle treasure hunt. She'd rediscover books she wanted to reread, find earrings she thought were lost, or come across photos that brought back happy memories. What felt like a chore became a daily opportunity to reconnect with her belongings. Betty's implementation tip: start with the room where you spend the most time. Set a phone timer for 2 minutes and see how many items you can return to their proper homes. Count them as you go. You'll be surprised how satisfying it feels to reach exactly 10. The visual transformation is immediate and motivating. Which room in your home collects the most random items throughout the day? Your living room, bedroom, or kitchen count? Let me know in the comments. Number 6. The Sunday 15-minute deep spot. Betty used to spend entire Sundays trying to deep clean her whole house, leaving her exhausted and frustrated because she could never finish everything. She'd start strong but quickly become overwhelmed by the scope of work, then feel guilty about what she didn't accomplish. The Sunday 15-minute deep spot changed everything and became her favorite weekly ritual. Here's the brilliant strategy. Every Sunday, Betty chooses just one small area of her home for a 15-minute deep clean. Not a whole room, not multiple tasks, just one specific spot that needs extra attention. Last Sunday, it was her bathroom medicine cabinet. The week before, her kitchen spice drawer. This Sunday, she's tackling the top of her bedroom dresser. The power is in the specificity and time limit. Betty sets a timer for exactly 15 minutes and focuses intensely on that one area. She removes everything, wipes down all surfaces, organizes what she's keeping, and puts everything back neatly. When the timer rings, she stops, even if she's not completely finished. This prevents burnout and keeps the task feeling manageable. Why does this work so well for seniors? First, 15 minutes is long enough to make real progress, but short enough that your energy and joints don't get strained. Second, focusing on one small area means you can actually complete something and feel accomplished. Third, over time, every area of your home gets this deep attention without you ever feeling overwhelmed. Betty keeps a running list of potential deep spot areas. Inside kitchen drawers, her bedroom closet shelf by shelf, bathroom cabinets, the area around her favorite chair, her desk drawers, pantry shelves, and linen closet. When Sunday comes, she chooses based on what's bothering her most or what needs attention. The transformation in Betty's home has been remarkable. Every area gradually becomes more organized and functional. Her spice drawer now has everything visible and alphabetized. Her medicine cabinet has only current medications, clearly labeled. Her dresser top is no longer a catch-all for random items. But here's what surprised Betty most. The Sunday deep spot became meditation time. Focusing on one small area, handling each item thoughtfully, and seeing immediate transformation became deeply satisfying. She looks forward to this quiet, productive time each week. It's become her Sunday ritual that centers her for the week ahead. The ripple effect is powerful. When one area is deeply organized, It tends to stay that way because Betty appreciates the order she created. She's more likely to put things back properly when everything has a designated, organized place. Betty's pro tip: take before and after photos of your deep spot area. Seeing the transformation documented is incredibly motivating and helps you remember how you organize things. She has a whole photo album of her home's gradual transformation, and looking through it brings her joy and pride. Your Sunday deep spot doesn't have to be cleaning. It could be organizing, decluttering, or even just arranging things more beautifully. The key is consistency and the 15-minute limit. Start this Sunday with the area that bothers you most when you look at it. Start this Sunday with the area that bothers you most when you look at it. What area of your home would benefit most from a 15-minute deep focus? Your junk drawer? Bathroom cabinet? Or maybe that chair where clothes always get piled? Share in the comments. I love seeing what areas people choose to transform first. The result of Betty's transformation. 6 months after implementing these daily habits, Betty's life is completely different. Her daughter now asks for cleaning advice instead of worrying about her mom's overwhelm. Betty's home stays consistently clean with just 18 minutes of daily effort. Less time than she used to spend just looking for misplaced items. Her energy levels improved because she's not exhausted by marathon cleaning sessions. Her stress decreased dramatically because her home supports her instead of overwhelming her. Most importantly, Betty feels proud of her space again. She invites friends over without embarrassment, enjoys cooking in her organized kitchen, and relaxes in clutter-free rooms. These 6 habits didn't just clean her house. They gave her back her sense of control and accomplishment. Betty proves that the right system, designed specifically for seniors, can transform both your home and your daily experience. Your home should be your sanctuary, not your source of stress. These habits make that possible. Start your own transformation. If you're ready to transform your home like Betty did, start with just one habit tomorrow. Pick the one that resonated most with you and commit to it for 1 week. I guarantee you'll see results that motivate you to add the next habit. Hit that like button if this video helped you see cleaning differently. And subscribe for more senior-specific life improvement strategies. Share this with someone who needs to hear that maintaining a clean home doesn't have to be overwhelming at their age. In the comments, tell me which habit you're starting with. I read every comment and love cheering you on.